At the beginning of the episode, the narrator sets the scene. In the land of evolution, martial artists are the most respected individuals. They possess the power to fly through the heavens and breathe beneath the depths of the sea. The magical spells they cast are unparalleled. Countless martial arts schools dot this land, but among them stands the Blue Cloud School. With over 10,000 disciples, it holds the greatest strength and power in the realm. A disciple of the Blue Cloud School barks orders at a group of laborers. "Move that cargo up faster. The Blue Cloud School is hosting a massive event. Hurry up. Our Lady's wedding is only half a month away. If there is even a single delay, you will all suffer the consequences." Nearby, 2 other disciples are gossiping. After this wedding, the Blue Cloud School's power and status will soar miles above the rest. Since the Fire School is backing the Lin family, their wealth is guaranteed to skyrocket. Not to mention, Mr. Lin is considered one of the greatest talents in all of Fire County. The second disciple adds, "It's crazy. Just half a month ago, the Qin family was at the top. Now they've been completely exterminated by the Lin family. It's hard to believe that the man from the Qin family, once called the greatest martial artist in Fire County, is now nothing more than an ordinary person." Suddenly, our main character, Ronald Qin, arrives at the gates. Upon seeing him, a disciple sneers. "Well, well, isn't this Ronald Qin, master of the Qin family? What does the former greatest martial artist of Fire County want here?" Ronald walks toward the entrance, his voice steady. "I, Ronald Qin, of the Qin family, am here to reclaim the Sword of Burn." The disciple blocks his path, enraged. "You bastard! How dare you raise your voice at the gates of the Blue Cloud School?" Ronald ignores him and continues forward. 2 disciples step in his way, and one strikes him hard with his knee, mocking him. "Do you still think you're the genius who reached level 4 body training at 16? You're just a loser now, without even a single hint of cultivation." Despite his injuries, Ronald stands his ground and repeats, "I, Ronald Qin, of the Qin family, have come to reclaim the Sword of Burn." The disciple loses his temper and kicks Ronald to the ground. "Get lost. You don't want to bring trouble upon yourself at the Blue Cloud School." Ronald struggles to his feet and shouts for the lady of the house. "Crystal Yun, come out! I will never leave until you return my Sword of Burn." Shocked by his boldness, a disciple prepares to attack again. "You bastard! How dare you call Our Lady by her name?" Before the disciple can strike, Crystal Yun appears. She looks down at him coldly. "Ronald Qin, you are no longer a gifted martial artist. You are no longer eligible to even speak my name. As for the Sword of Burn, do you really think anyone at my Blue Cloud School actually wants it?" She throws the sword at Ronald's feet and dismisses him. "Ronald Qin, take the Sword of Burn and get out. You are nothing but a loser now. Our fates are no longer intertwined." Hearing her words, Ronald Qin began to recount the past. 10 years ago, your Blue Cloud sect was on the brink of extinction. If it hadn't been for my father, your school would have been wiped off the face of the earth. Back then, your father sent you to my family to be my betrothed, simply because my family was powerful. What is happening here today is a sick joke. For 10 years, my family supported yours. We even lent you the Sword of Burn. We never could have imagined that when our family fell into danger, your family would leave us to rot. Crystal Yun, is this how the Blue Cloud School returns favors?" Crystal Yun remains silent, turning her face away in cold indifference. Ronald begins to laugh bitterly. "Fine. I have finally seen the true face of the Blue Cloud School. From this moment on, you and I are total strangers." Suddenly, a figure steps forward, grabs the Sword of Burn, and snaps it in 2. "What? How can the Sword of Burn be so fragile? It just snapped like a twig." This man is John Lin. It was he who destroyed Ronald Qin's cultivation core. Ronald's eyes burn with rage as he thinks to himself, "First you hurt my father, then you destroyed my cultivation core, now you dare to break my family's treasure? I will tear you to pieces." John Lynn sneers, "You're still up and running after I destroyed your core? It seems I went too easy on you. I should have made sure you were bedridden, just like your loser father." Ronald is consumed by fury, but he knows he is currently powerless against him. He silently picks up the broken shards of the Sword of Byrne and turns to leave. Now that the Sword of Byrne has been returned, the friendship between the Kin and Yoon families is dead. From now on, my family will view the Blue Cloud School as our sworn enemy. John Lynn mocks him as he walks away. "You're just letting him leave? He said we were his sworn enemies."
Crystal Yoon replies coldly, "Why would I be afraid of a loser like that?" John Lynn laughs. "You're right, we don't have to worry about a failure. Ronald Chin, even if you were once a talented martial artist, so what? Countless talents have died young. A martial artist's background is what matters most. I guess you don't even know that I have recently broken through to level 5 of body training." Ronald Chin walks through the forest toward his home, tears streaming down his face. "Father, I'm sorry. I couldn't even protect our family's treasure." In his grief, Ronald grips the broken shards of the sword so tightly that his hand begins to bleed. His blood smears across the metal. As a single tear falls onto the shard, the sword suddenly begins to glow and repairs itself instantly. A booming voice echoes from within the blade. "People say that men do not easily shed tears. This is only because they are not sad enough. I will eliminate all the evil in the world and slaughter every last villain. Kid, I am Enzo Chin, one of your ancestors." Ronald looks around, thinking someone is playing a cruel prank. "Come out! Stop fooling around! I don't care if the Chin family has collapsed. No one can humiliate me like this. Come out and fight me if you dare." Suddenly, the soul of an old man emerges from the sword. "Since you want to meet me so badly, I shall show myself." Ronald gasps in shock. "You are really Enzo Chin." "Of course. Now show me some respect and greet me properly," the spirit commands. Ronald bows deeply. "Greetings, my ancestor. I am Ronald Chin. I've heard your legend from my grandfather. He told me that thousands of years ago there was a peerless martial artist in our family who defeated every warrior of his time. He was a god of slaughter. People were afraid to even speak his name. I assumed that before you passed away, you left a fragment of your soul within the Sword of Byrne." Enzo Chin speaks with pride. "That's right. Kid, you are talented. I believe you have the potential to be a great cultivator. You're also pretty tough. More importantly, you were in love with an unfaithful woman." Ronald Chin is confused. What does he mean by that? But the ancestor continues with a booming voice. "Eliminate the evil in the world and slaughter every last villain. Kid, do you know what helped me beat every other martial artist thousands of years ago? It was the Sword of Byrne and the Sura sword spell. I will only show you the Sura sword spell once, so watch closely." Ronald watches in awe. He realizes this sword spell is beyond anything he has ever seen. It might even surpass the holy stage or the divine stage. "Kid," the ancestor says, "the Chin family has almost no successors left, so today I shall remold you." With a single finger, the ancestor begins to transform Ronald's body. Ronald screams in agony from the intense changes and eventually loses consciousness. The ancestor looks at him and whispers, "You are the offspring of Sura. The power in your blood will help you become the top martial artist in the world. Kid, I have thoroughly remolded you. From now on, you must depend only on yourself.
Let's see how far you can go in the path of martial arts. A short while later, Ronald wakes up. Was all that just a dream? An illusion? But as he examines his body, he realizes the truth. This was no illusion. I feel far more powerful than before. He notices a sword mark on his chest. He and the sword of Byrne are now one. The blade now resides within his body, ready to be summoned at his will. Ronald summons the sword and delivers a single strike toward the ground. The earth splits into two. The sword chi has manifested. This is level 5 of body training. Ronald reflects on his progress. There are 4 states of martial cultivation: body training, Tao entering, spirit dividing, and completion. Each state has 9 levels. I started training at 3, and before my core was destroyed, I was at level 4 at the age of 16. That made me a genius in this land. Similarly, cultivation spells are divided into 4 stages: mortal, profound, holy, and divine. Previously, the strongest in our family only reached level 5 of the mortal stage. But the Sura sword spell, it must be in the divine stage. The Blue Cloud School and the Lin family better watch out. I will kill every last one of them.